Hey, how are you? This is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network and BregmanSuccess.com. We're still doing the Mesilas Yesharim Path to the Just series. I'm sorry I haven't recorded one of these and posted in a while. I didn't forget about you, and I haven't lost my interest. I like doing these videos outdoors in this series. I think I did many of the first 5 outdoors. It's the winter time in New Jersey. December 2016. It is freezing out and dreary and bleary. I don't know if you can get a view, but it's not that great out. It's freezing cold. So I decided, you know what? From the couch, one of the couches, I'm just going to turn on the camera and record a little Torah for you. So let's learn some Path to the Just, Mesilas Yesharim. We're up to episode 6 now in the series. So let's learn some Torah together, yeah? So what we're up to now is Perek Aleph, chapter 1, and in this book, Path of the Just. And the Ramchal says over here, in my edition, we're in chapter 1. It doesn't have a page number on it. Let me flip Y. Okay, it would be page 16 and 17. It's not physically printed on there. Okay, here we go. It says like this: the foundation of saintliness and the root of perfection in the service of God. Okay, so the foundation of what's called chasidus, saintliness, or being on a very high pious spiritual level, and the root of the perfection of the service of God, it lies in coming to see clearly and to recognize as a truth the nature of a person's duty in this world and the end towards which he should direct his vision and his aspiration in all his labors, all the days of his life. Okay? That's a big paragraph. We could probably spend 10 years just learning that paragraph. So let's just try to unpack that, and I'll give you a takeaway lesson. The foundation of saintliness and the root of the perfection of the service of God. And this book is a step-by-step ladder for those who are on a high spiritual level and want to become even more straight and higher in their connection to God. That's what this Torah work is for. So he says that, the beginning of that, the foundation lies in, it's dependent upon a person's coming to see clearly, not just see, but you got to see clearly, and to recognize as a truth the nature of your duty in this world. What is your purpose? What are you here? What is a person in this world for? What should your gaze, your vision be directed towards all the days of your life? And what should be the aspiration? What should be the aspiration in all your labors, your whole lifetime? Okay? And so he's going to go on to say later on this page that God created you for your pleasure and your benefit and to rejoice in God's presence. And the main place that can happen is the next world. But the means for a Jew to attain that is the performance of the commandments, and the extent to which one does so, and does it in a higher, more perfected level, the greater your soul will experience pleasure in the next world. Okay? That's what the Ramchal is going to go on to say. By the way, for those of you wondering what happened to my hand, nothing. I used to be a serious baseball player, and for the first time in 21 years, I went to a batting cage the other day, and I could still crush some baseballs, and that's the remnant, because I didn't have batting gloves. Okay, anyway, sorry to distract you from the video. Hope it didn't, but looking at my hand, I'm like, what's up? Okay, well, that's what that is. All right, batting practice. So back to the Ramchal. What do you need to know? So that basically, God created you to get pleasure from doing the mitzvot, the commandments. The main place you can have that pleasure is the next world, but you better take those mitzvot, those commandments seriously down here and try to do them as well as you can, because if you will, you'll get on a higher level, and they're the key to the soul's pleasure in the next world, okay? That's what the Ramchal is saying. But I just want to lock in here in one word and summarize this first paragraph in chapter 1. And the word that this means to me is the concept of alignment, okay? What is alignment? Alignment to me is when, and this is my own, I didn't Google it, but this is what I think it means. Alignment to me means when your goals and your purpose and your mission and what you do and what you think about sort of in a straight line. Meaning, you know what the outcome is that you want. You're clear where you want to be. You know the outcome. And everything sort of loops back and has significance in as much as it's connected to that. Okay. So that's sort of what he's speaking about here. And then I'll give you a little takeaways on alignment. But this is what I think he's saying. If you want to get close to God in this world and in the next, and you want to be perfect in your service of Hashem, you want to do it as well as possible, you have to see clearly and recognize the truth, the nature of your duty in this world. What are you here to do? What is your point? What is your purpose? And the ultimate goal towards which you should direct your vision, what you should be looking towards, and your aspirations all the days of your life. In other words, just in plain English, okay? I'm going to close the Ramchal for now. Just talk to you straight camera time. Like you're in the Bregman house, just on the couch, right? Let's learn some Torah, okay? So what he's saying is this. Look, if that's the outcome you want, that's the goal you want, you better become super clear about it and make sure that your actions and your deeds and your focus always loops back towards behaviors and deeds that will get you closer to that. That's how I define alignment. He's saying that's where you want to be. That's what you should be doing. In all your labors, that's where your focus should be. And this is something that I think is a practical takeaway that all of us should have. Obviously, I'm Rabbi Bregman, and I'm pro-mitzvot, pro-commandments, pro-Torah, and obviously I believe what the Ramchal is saying in terms of the spiritual lesson. But outside of that, or in addition to that, I would tell you that alignment is one of the key things that helps a person be successful. A person needs to become very clear in the outcome that they want to achieve. For example, let's say in your professional life, or as a financial goal, or anything. You have to become super, super, super clear. You have to know what that is. And then once you have that clarity over there, you have to make sure that the actions you take loop back and have relevance and significance as items and things that will get you much, much, much further. This is something that I can tell you on a personal level that I do every single day. People ask me, what's the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up? Well, the first thing I do is I say a prayer called Moda'ani Lefanecha, which we thank God for granting us a new day. The Torah says that when you're asleep, part of your soul leaves your body, and if you're fortunate enough to wake up, a piece of your soul comes back. So we say Moda'ani Lefanecha, Malachai v'kayam shechazarti b'nishmati b'chemla rabba munasecha. We thank God and His kindness and mercy for giving us our soul back and allowing us to live. That's the first thing I do. But back to alignment, next thing I do is I have a notebook, and every single day, first thing I do after that is I write out my goals. My goals. I want to do my ultimate big picture goals. Not what I'm doing today, but my ultimate big picture goals. Where do I want to be in my life as a rabbi, as a matchmaker, as a business person, as a father, as a family, as a family man, financially, in terms of service to others in the community, spiritually. Where do I want to be? What is my ultimate outcome, goal, and desired position? I write those out every single day. And you know what? My actions all day long are filled with things that are in alignment with that. My actions all day are things that will get me closer to where I want to be. That's what alignment means, okay? That's what alignment means to me. That's what it means. That's what it means. So the last thing I do at the end of the day before I go to bed is make a huge list of all of my to-dos, the actual stuff that I have to do on a daily basis, and 8 or 9 out of 10 are things that directly loop back to items that'll be on that sheet in the morning. So you have to be very, very clear and your gaze where you want to be. And I want to read that to you again because I want to make sure you get it. Obviously, you have to understand this from a spiritual place, and that's what the Ramchal is speaking about, but I'm trying to help you understand it to every aspect of your life because Torah is relevant to everything, right? So he's saying that the foundation of saintliness and the root perfection of service of God, which I want for you, and is something that with God's help I'm striving for, should come to that you have to see clearly and to recognize the truth, the nature of your duty in this world. Now, outside of your spiritual realm, you have to know the other duties you have in this world, and the end, the ultimate outcome you want, that you should be directing your vision and your aspiration in your labors. He doesn't say in your labor, he goes in all your labors, all the days of your life. Get in alignment, okay? And the Ramchal is going to go on to say that. Make sure that the stuff you're doing on a day-to-day basis is stuff that will actually get you closer to that. And he's going to go on to say soon that if you're not sure what to do, you have a choice, a moral decision, an ethical dilemma. What do you do? So the Ramchal says you're going to have to basically weigh it according to, ultimately, is it going to get you closer to perfection and perfecting your soul and your service of Hashem, service of God, or not. And if it is, do it. And if it gets you further, you should run away from it. He's going to say like a fire. And I'm just telling you, just as an add-on, if you want to become someone who's able to accomplish a lot in this world, you have to become super clear on your outcome. And then make sure your days, and if your days are filled with actions that are in alignment with those ultimate outcomes, your whole life will be, because ultimately your life is comprised of your days. Make sense? I think so. Anyway, this is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network, and you know it, BregmanSuccess.com. This has been episode 6 in the Ramchal Mesilas Yesharim series. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a lot. If you want to get in touch with me, direct me, send me an email, shlomo@bregmansuccess.com. Always love your feedback. And looking forward to getting back on track with this series. If the bleary outside of New Jersey can't do much for us, at least we can make it happen indoors. Okay? Have a great day. Thanks for checking out this video. Good night.